Hello and welcome to aset channel. My name is John Rowan. In today's lesson we're going to practice something that we practiced in last lesson a little, but we're going to look at it in a different way. So again we're going to look at the word almost. Last time we used almost with some nouns. This time we're going to use it with some adverbs, some frequency adverbs, how often we do things. So if we look at this first sentence, I almost eat rice. For a native English speaker this is very strange. We would never say this. But many Japanese people, when they speak in English, make sentences like this. So we're going to try to change that so that you can speak a little bit more naturally. So we have two examples here. I almost always eat rice. So in the natural native speaker's sentence we have the word always. This always doesn't mean 100% because we have almost. Almost is a little less. So almost always maybe 95%. I almost always eat rice every day. But maybe you don't. I almost never eat rice. So here we have never. Usually never is 0%, but because we have almost, maybe it's 5%. 5% of the time you eat rice, but usually you don't. So for a natural sentence, almost always 95%, almost never 5%. Yeah, so let's take a look at some examples here. I almost always, and a verb plus a noun. Here we have some different verbs that we can use. Eat, drink, buy, study, watch, play, go to, go nanny-nannying, listen to. So I'm going to give you some examples. I almost always eat toast for breakfast. So every morning I have some toast, but occasionally I eat something differently. Usually I eat toast. I almost always eat toast for breakfast. I almost always drink orange juice every day. Most days I drink it, but occasionally I don't drink it. I almost never. That's something that I don't usually do. So I almost never study German. In the past I studied German a little. Now I don't really study. Occasionally I do a little study, but very, very occasionally. I almost always study Japanese. Every day I try to study a little. So I almost always study Japanese. I almost never study German. How about listen to? I almost always listen to rock music. I love British rock music from the 1970s. Most days I listen to it. I almost never listen to enka. I'm not so interested in enka. Sometimes if I go to karaoke, some of my friends sing enka, I listen then, but usually I don't listen. Go nanny-nanny-ing. I almost never go clothes shopping. I don't like shopping. So maybe I go shopping for clothes once or twice a year. Okay. Let's choose another verb. Watch. I almost never watch TV. I don't like TV so much. I watch many things on the internet, but I almost never watch TV. But if I go to a friend's house and they have a TV, sometimes I watch. But I don't watch at home because I don't have a TV. Okay, now I'm going to look at some more examples with some different frequency words. So, almost every. So there's lots of things we can use with almost every. Almost every day. Most days. Almost every week. Most weeks. Almost every month. most months. Almost every year, most years. So I'm going to give you some examples for me. Almost every day I go to Starbucks. I love Starbucks coffee. I like the atmosphere at Starbucks. I go to different Starbucks, but almost every day I go to a Starbucks. But not every day, almost every day. Almost every week. Almost every week I go to Osaka. So I live in Kyoto, I work in Kyoto, but I have a little work in Osaka, so most weeks I have to go to Osaka. Almost every week I go to Osaka. Almost every month almost every month I go to a yakitori restaurant. I love yakitori. It's one of my favorite Japanese foods. So almost every month I go to a yakitori restaurant. Actually, maybe it's almost every week. Almost every year. Almost every year I go to Nara. Nara is a beautiful city. It's very close to Kyoto. In the spring it's beautiful, in the autumn it's beautiful. So most years, almost every year, I visit Nara. So we can use almost every day, almost every week, almost every month, almost every year. So, to review, I almost eat rice. Many Japanese people say this sentence, but it's difficult for a native English speaker to understand. So, better sentence. I almost always eat rice. Very easy to understand, 95%. I almost never eat rice. Very easy to understand, only 5%. I almost always eat lunch with my friends. I almost never play tennis. Very, very rarely play tennis. Almost every day I come here and teach English. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Please come and see us next time. Thank you very much.